WrestleMania 42 is officially in the books. So I will go through what I liked on night 1. Then we'll do the same for night 2. So we are starting off with the things I liked. Starting out with the return of Paige. What a moment it was for her, and to cap it off with her and Brie Bella winning the 4-way tag title match. And I'm glad she is back and kept her theme song that she used. Liv Morgan winning the Women's World Championship is something else I liked. I am glad she finally won a match at WrestleMania. Hopefully she has a great reign. Jacob and Drew had a fun match. It's always great to see Jacob and Drew cause some chaos. This was a decent match. Bianca returning and announcing her pregnancy was such a wholesome moment, and I'm happy for her and Montez. Last thing I enjoyed was Gunther versus Seth. This was probably the best match of the night, and maybe top 2 for the weekend. On to the things I didn't like. The amount of ads that were shown throughout the show was absurd, whether it was for movies or products. But the majority of the ads were for Hulk Hogan's documentary coming out this week. Why on earth did we need to see 4-minute Hogan documentary ads after every match? The finish for Cody versus Randy, alongside the ending. Why on earth did they bring the punt kick back if it wasn't going to win Randy the title? I find mind-boggling. Last thing is the match lengths. WrestleMania is supposed to be the showcase of the Immortals. Let them go out and put on banger matches. Majority of the matches went under 10 minutes, which is disappointing. Now on a night 2. Oba destroying Brock Lesnar was shocking to me. I had Oba winning the match, but not in the fashion he did. Followed by Brock Lesnar seemingly retiring after leaving his boots and gloves in the ring. I'm not the biggest Brock fan, but he went out the right way. The latter match was amazing. All 6 men put on a show. John Cena was great for both nights, but his segment with Danhausen was amazing. Roman vs. Punk was probably the best match of the weekend in my opinion, and was a great main event for the event. I didn't have many gripes with night 2 that I didn't have with night 1. But night 2 was definitely less than what night 1 did bad, with the ads and match length being short. But it was still definitely there. Like what I did with Daredevil, I asked my followers what they thought of the show, and we will go through them. David Shaw is up first, who says, Oba squashed that piece of shit Brock, and now should squash Roman tomorrow on Raw for the title. I would be up for that. Oba in back-to-back nights retiring Brock and taking the title from Roman would be a statement. But sadly I don't see it happening. But Oba could definitely win the world title this year. Jack Dawson is next up. Punk's now had 2 WrestleMania main events, lost both, and now should retire tonight on Raw. He's not wanted or needed in the WWE, and never has been. He's always needed WWE to be relevant, and so it's time he pissed off and then induct him in the Hall of Fame in Saudi. Very ironic. I feel like that is very harsh on Punk. He probably had the best title reign of this new World Heavyweight Championship. Also saying he isn't relevant is again harsh considering he was chanted for over a decade during his absence. But each to their own. Yanadid season is next. Night 1 was rushed. Too many ads. They need to balance the nights out. I get you want to save the best matches until the last show, but it just ruins the whole thing if it's not balanced out. Night 2 was awesome, but still some quick matches there again. Punk versus Roman, best match of the year. Hit the nail on the head there. I agree with all the points. Night 1 was okay, but felt weaker than it was because the ads. Night 2 felt like WrestleMania, even with the commercials. I think they found a decent balance, even with TKO forcing their way into things. Also, Pat McAfee definitely isn't gone, unfortunately. Also, I want to see Javon Evans mentor show speed. I agree that I don't think Pat is done with WWE, as I believe he is being advertised for SummerSlam and TKO think way too highly of him. Jay Vaughn and Speed Duo would be fun to see. I think we could see something like this in the near future. Lee Jeong-do. Apologies if the pronunciation was incorrect, but they just say only 2 words. Acknowledge him. You have to give credit where credit is due, so congrats to Roman. John Hines rates Night 1 a D-, while rating Night 2 an A. Those are valid ratings. Roman Empire of Tribal Megastars says, Night 2 was better than 1. I agree. This seems like the general consensus. John Noel says, Roman versus Punk. And the latter match stole the show. I agree. They were the 2 front runners for the best matches. Followed by Seth versus Gunther. Ava Zay Wingman says, Night 1 was a pack of ass. Night 2 kinda made up for it, but was still feeling like it's all rushed. Punk vs. Roman is a 5-star classic that tells 1,000 stories. Until TKO leaves WWE, the company would be so much better. Gotta agree with the points about Night 1 and Night 2. Punk and Reigns definitely had the best match of the event. I feel like we all agree with that. TKO is Ass Cheeks Oswell. King DJD Housen says, way too many ads, way too rushed. Gunther versus Seth saved Night 1. Night 2 was better, but Punk versus Roman made it awesome. But Roman spent Mania 40 burying the title, so it's dumb as fuck that he won. I like how Punk's body quit though. Overall D. I agree. Punk's body failing on him before Roman capitalized was a great detail and a great spot by Housen. Mike is the penultimate comment for the video. Worst WrestleMania in history. Not even ladder match or main event could save it. I also love the fact that when WWE fuck up and fans hate it, it's magically polarizing. No WWE, it's shite. It's understandable, to be honest. Night 1 set the tone, and it wasn't a good tone. WrestleFanatic 2 is ending the comments by saying Night 1 was shit, Night 2 was awesome. Completely agree. Those are all the comments we received on the post. I may do these for the future PLEs. Hope you all have a great rest of your day or night and stay safe. Much love to you all, and any support on the video is appreciated.